Mm-hmm. We are. Oh, see, what happened? Okay. When you hear things that are dead air, you know you're listening to KCTK Radio. Okay, here we go.
Promise?
I promise.
Oh, I like the texter's pick.
Every night at 11.
To tune in to All Night Live. A faithful viewer I will always be. I ain't handing you no jive.
Okay, now shut up.
Okay.
Now it's time for Past Week, Next Week with Chris and Paul.
Hello, Chris.
Well, hi there, Paul.
Welcome to the program.
Oh, God, good to be here. Welcome to you as well.
Well, we like to start the show in a way that plays a little song for y'all, and kind of symbolizes the last week, at least for me. And you'll be like, huh? How's this? I don't know. It's going to be hard to figure out, okay? But here it is anyway. It is Pinch Me by Bare Naked Ladies. That's right. On Past Week, Next Week.
This is a great tune.
It really. I don't know if that's even needed.
What?
Okay. Well, that was the Bare Naked Ladies, which is not true.
No, that's right. It was just all dudes that actually had clothes on.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Pinch Me, and it sums up the past week, the lull of last week, the waiting room feeling of last week. So welcome to Past Week, Next Week with Chris and Paul.
Hey, I'm Chris.
And I'm Paul. This is a show where we review the most important things for the past week and get you ready for the next week. It's your one-stop podcast to keep you updated. It's a real week review. Just listen to us and you won't need any other information outlet. That's our guarantee. If it's Sunday morning, you listen to us online at kctkradio.com, or you can watch us on Facebook Live at the KCTK Radio page or the Past Week Next Week page. But it's easier to use your KCTK Radio smartphone app. If you don't have it, download it right now. It's free. You can join the experiment by calling or texting us at 913-735-0060. We welcome your participation.
We do.
And the listener ombudsman known as the Texter is with us already today. So if you don't even feel like getting up, that's fine. He'll text for you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you're listening to a rebroadcast of this program, Sunday evening, 7 p.m. on Delmarva Talk Radio, or Tuesday evening, 9 p.m. on Good Talk Radio, you can still tell us your thought. Just give us a call at the same number, 913-735-0060, or go to our Facebook page, and we welcome your participation and your comments. Coming up, we have a weekly news quiz, pop culture update, incredible special feature, headlines and predictions, and much, much more. And with that, we always like to start the show with, we've already started, but we also like to ask Chris with what's going on.
Hey, so I've been keeping an eye on the texter here, and actually just a couple of quick, good questions. Dear Next Week, tomorrow, do you guys think warm weather is better than bitter cold? I actually do.
I do.
Yeah, I think it is.
I'm running around yesterday in 30-degree weather with no coat and acting like it's beach time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was out on the disc golf course in my shirt sleeves, and it was absolutely lovely.
Yesterday.
And then I helped move Taryn, my youngest stepdaughter, to a new apartment down in Westport.
Ooh.
So when I went to bed last night, this is
He
my
lives in
Fitbit,
Westport. Yeah.
it told me that I had done 73 flights of stairs yesterday.
Nice work, Chris.
Thank you.
So
Yeah.
you get to take a break of your workout today then.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, it was something else yesterday, but it's so nice. It was so warm and beautiful. Then the other question here is, are you excited for the Oscars? That's an interesting question. Normally it's a big deal for me.
Is it tonight?
Huh?
Is it tonight or something?
I have no idea. I think the Golden Globes are tonight.
Oh, okay.
Speaking of, I was watching Employee of the Month with Jessica Simpson. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So But I normally that's a big thing for me and Jane. We try to go out and see all the best picture nominees, but once again, the pandemic ruined it. So I'm not as excited.
The texter asks us, dear past week, last week, do you guys ever do the show Stoned? I've never have.
I haven't either.
It may seem like I have, and maybe the show would be a higher quality if I did, but I don't.
Usually I do it hopped up on caffeine, but I haven't even had a cup of coffee yet today.
Why not?
I don't know. I guess I'll get one at break. I just haven't. Yeah.
So what's been going on with you, Chris?
Oh my goodness. Well, of course, yesterday was the big move day. Excited for Taryn. Moved her in Westport, and it's this street with a bunch of apartment buildings, and there was just all young people out and about. And as nervous as her mom is about her living down in Westport, it does look like that's where she's 21. That's where she's supposed to be right now. So
she's not a hairdresser, but she does.
Well, she got her esthetician license.
What do you call it? The beauty industry?
Yes. However, she's made a change and decided that she wants to go into interior design and decorating. So she's going through a program at JCCCCCC and
make it good.
Yeah, going to live in Westport, finish up her program there, and then get into that industry, I guess. So
yeah. And I don't know if you noticed that the text things that sometimes I don't want to say, about your suite.
I guess so. Yeah. Maybe we'll just leave some of it out. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's the thing. We can selectively choose.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So that's really been about the highlight of the week, other than so at work, I had my performance review.
Oh, congratulations.
Really well. So I was all excited. That was on Thursday. Then on Friday, I got the results of a 360 feedback process that my coach has taken me through.
Excellent.
And let's just say half of it was really encouraging, and the other half was
say about 180. 180 was good.
I wish we could have stopped at 180. Yeah, let me just say that. So
yeah. So you have some areas of improvement for you.
I do. And of course, the big question with feedback like that is,
I know what it is.
What do I want to incorporate, and do I care enough to make a change?
Right. Right. Because as we know with feedback, you either choose to use or discard. That's your choice. Chris, back to you.
Yeah. Hey, thanks, Paul. And actually, my coach said, he goes, now you can listen to some of this. Feel free to say, oh, that's bullshit. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
But certainly there are areas I could improve on to be a better manager and a better human. So I'm going to try and work on that.
I had a similar experience, which I would like to talk to you off the air, get some guidance from you sometime.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not quite ready to articulate it on the air. I do need some guidance.
Okay.
So do you remember last week when I told you, and I was patting myself on the back of what a great person I was?
Well, yeah, always.
The guy was going to come take off the wallpaper in some of my rooms, and then he never showed up. But then his father-in-law died or something, and then I said, "No, come back. It's not a big deal. Things happen." Yeah. Scheduled to come back Monday or Tuesday. Never showed up. Never contacted me. Nothing.
Oh boy.
So that one nice thing I did goes to show you I should never do anything nice.
Yes.
The good thing is that we have Avel, who is a really great painter, and he's already working on where we have someone else. So that's good. Working right now as we speak in the kitchen.
Oh, wow. So the painting's happening on a Sunday morning right now.
This is how good. And I don't even know. Avel painter. I'll give a good pitch sometime. If you guys want, if you really do want a good painter and he even does a lot of remodeling too. Let me know. And I'd love to give you his name and get some business for him. And another thing for the texter, which I'm not going to repeat, but I'm going to answer yes. And that's why I like him so much, I think. So
gotcha.
And I got the COVID-19 shot this week.
Good for you.
I had a friend urge me to do that, and I thought I should do it. I'm sure I'm fat, but I'm young. I feel good. I did have prostate cancer, and it hasn't come back, but according to the guidelines, since I have had, I don't know how to describe it. I'm gonna say had because I beat cancer,
Yeah,
but I got to go every 3 months to check.
sure.
Comes back. But that allowed me to jump in line in front of all of your grandparents and your vulnerable people, and everyone's sick. And it, I went down to the Hy-Vee,
Oh,
and
that's good.
it takes a long time to get it. You have to sit there and wait. Then the lady has to make at least for the Pfizer stuff. They have to put together the concoction. And she goes, toil and trouble, which is weird, I thought.
That is odd.
And then says, now, do you have a reaction when you get a shot? I'm like, just give me a shot, lady.
Just stick it in.
Yeah. And guess what? It does hurt a little bit because they're sticking a needle in your arm.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. And then you got to wait there for 15 minutes to see if you have any reaction to it.
Oh, wow.
Now, according to the news, no one has died from it. I guess that's a pretty big barrier to say if it's good or bad.
But hey, that's encouraging to me.
Yeah.
Did you feel anything? Were you, other than the soreness from the needle, were you tired?
I was tired. I was
Okay.
tired more than normal Thursday or Friday, whenever it was. And then the arm sore because they stuck a needle in my arm.
Yeah, which again, I just think that it makes sense.
Yeah.
So when do you get your second one? How does that
Well,
work?
that's another thing. So I don't know. They're supposed to alert me through email. Hy-Vee is. Maybe when they're picking up myself, some food, I'll step in there. I don't know.
Yeah.
So
So you didn't schedule it? I'm asking because my mom got her first one and they said, now we're
Good.
not going to remind you. You just come back in 3 weeks, which actually I think she goes tomorrow
where was that?
at Center Point Hospital.
See, they never gave me a date for the second one. So they're going to alert me when it's in, I guess.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
Have you ever done the show drunk?
no, but that'd be kind of fun sometime.
It might be kind of fun. It's hard on a Sunday morning,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Believe it or not, I don't wake up and think, oh God, alcohol would be good right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I really encourage everyone to try to get the vaccine. I know there's still people who don't want it. And I think with the Johnson & Johnson coming out, the no tears version of it coming up, that's a Chris Wine joke, folks.
Thank you. Yeah, that's a good callback.
Everyone should just try to get it and move on. And let's take care of this damn epidemic.
Let's beat it together.
Yeah, let's do that.
Wait.
Good question. How do you feel having a microchip in you now? I feel good.
Yeah.
I feel right.
Hey, tell George Soros I said hi, huh?
Okay, I'll do that.
Thank
Well,
you.
it was funny because I was sitting there and I was obviously, because I'm a person that lives in 2020, I was looking at my phone and some guy walks by to get a prescription. He goes, "You guys waiting for the vaccine?" I go, "Yeah, we're all waiting." He goes, "I don't even know if you need it." And I'm not sure if this is even a good thing. And this is what I did.
Did he say what kind of a doctor he was to have that type of opinion?
That was my question. That was I was going to say, well, really, what medical school did you go to? But I thought, no, just shut up, Paul. Just this guy, screw him.
Odd.
But the worst thing that happened that I want to share is that a lot of times when you go in the grocery store, they have this background music on. Okay.
Yeah. Muzak.
You don't realize it. Well, Hy-Vee has a lot of country music and
Oh,
it's freaking terrible.
yeah.
Then a song came on called 19 something, where the guy's talking about 1980s and how cool it was. And then the 1990s were so good. I'm just a simple guy. I'd like the things that happened in the 1980s. And I'm like, this is the worst song I've ever heard in my life.
Wow.
I hate it. I hate myself. I don't want to shot. I want to die instead of listening to the rest of the song. And then I had to look up who it was. And of course, it's our old friend Mark Willis with his stupid facial hair.
Hey,
I
and you
hate
have
him.
a history
him
with
so
this
much.
guy.
Will you share people the history I have with this guy?
Yeah, so I don't know what, 20 years ago, we had a radio show on a country station in Warrensburg, Missouri, Kickin' Country. And that was
Damn right we
when,
did.
all the late 90s, early 2000s new country was out. And for whatever reason, Mark Willis's music really impacted you a lot more from an emotional standpoint than any other. Now, to me, I'm not a big country music fan. It all sounded like country music, but you had a visceral reaction to Mark Willis.
Yeah.
And you hated his mustache so much.
If anyone listens to the song 19 something and likes it, just be unfriend me or just don't tell me, because I would really, really have a problem with you.
Hey, there you go.
If
Now,
you
what?
if you come up and say, I believe QAnon and all this stuff will be okay, we have a difference.
Yeah.
This is a problem.
What Hy-Vee? I need to know that.
It was at Hy-Vee Nolan Road, Hy-Vee in Independence, Missouri.
Okay. I go to the Hy-Vee on 23rd Street, and I'm saying this because the texter says his Hy-Vee plays cool music. I love the mix in the Hy-Vee on 23rd Street. I was in there the other day,
Like
and
what
they were
year?
playing, I think it's called What You Want by Joe Jackson.
Oh, I love that song.
Isn't that it's a great song, and I was so thrilled. So I immediately got out my smartphone and got on the title and got that song, and I've been listening to it since then. So maybe switch your Hy-Vees.
That's probably not a bad idea.
Yeah. If you like Mark Willis, go to the one on Nolan. If you like Joe Jackson, and not the father of the Jackson 5, the British guy.
The very good British singer.
Yeah, the Dreambirds guy. Then go to the Hy-Vee on 23rd Street. Great tune.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I will be changing. So that was my week.
Well, I am so glad that you got the vaccine. I think that's very smart. Being a cancer survivor, I will be doing it as soon as I can. I hear maybe in a couple of weeks they're going to go to the next phase here in my home state of Missouri.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe at that point I'll be able to get one.
You'll get one. Won't they deliver at work for you? I guess that you guys do test more than vaccines, right?
Yeah, well, they're trying to get us classified as essential. So I don't know. The CEO is working on getting all of the employees the vaccine. So it may come that way sooner. I don't know.
And
But
half of the people that gave you feedback think you are, and half of them don't.
right. Yes. Correct.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Now the texter, he creates things for people to make them happy in make their life livable in their home. Is he essential?
I think he's essential. I don't know if he's got I don't know. Have you gotten the vaccine?
Yeah, you
yet?
should get it. No,
No,
he
he
hasn't
has
got it.
not.
Hey, you should get it. All seriousness, Dexter. We can talk offline. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Yeah, for real.
Okay, he'll try. Okay, good. Fair enough.
He's also asking about Tiger Woods. Yeah. Interesting story this week. I feel bad and wish him a good recovery. I am shocked at how big of a story it was, but hey,
I am exactly with you, Chris. It's
Yeah.
terrible. It sounds like he did not slow down at all.
sounds like it. Yes.
But man, it was a big story. I think the media is having a hangover, Trump hangover.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what Texter just said. And they want to hype up something so bad,
Right.
And that's why this week this weekend right now is the CPAC,
Right.
the QAnon meeting, whatever it is.
Right.
And
Yep.
that's nuts, and they're loving it. I don't know if you notice, the media is loving it,
Oh, they are. Yes. Yes.
and I'm liking the fact that Trump is not on Twitter. So
Mhm.
so now the clown of the media is this Marjorie Taylor,
Oh, yes.
which is fine with me. She's a nut job,
Oh boy. Yeah.
but
I
they got to have a nut job. You know what I mean?
She may be certifiable. Yeah.
So they're kind of picking on her. That's their appetite for crazy stuff.
Did you see them wheel in the golden statue of Trump to CPAC?
It's so amazing to me. I mean, it's just mind-boggling. People that claim they're Christians and they don't see, or even claim to follow the Bible, and they don't.
Yeah.
I mean, the first reaction, anyone with a, I mean, I grew up Catholic. We didn't read the Bible very much.
No. You
Right?
just did what the priest told you. Yes.
Yeah, and then if I would go to church now, it'd be at Unity. So
Mhm.
there's not. I mean, they talk about scripture, but it is a idol, a gold idol. Hello. I mean, it's just mind-boggling that they don't see that.
And the thing is, it's not like, hey, this is kind of similar to the golden calf in the Bible. Do you see? It's like, no, this is exactly like. How do you? It's just wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's strange, it's weird, and it's wild.
and fun.
So let's go to the news of the week.
Okay. What else?
I don't know
wild?
how I'm going to do because I think it was a slow week. I didn't watch the news very much, and
Yeah, I wasn't on the news too much myself. Work was very busy, so
okay. See if we can get some help from the text on this first one.
okay.
What celebrity suffered multiple leg injuries on Tuesday after running an SUV off the road near Los Angeles? Brooke Shields?
Am Majerus. No,
Who would you say it was?
I'm going to go with Tiger Woods.
That's right. We talked about that. He had emergency surgery, having a rod inserted into his leg and repaired significant damage to his right tibia. The question is, will he golf again? It is my hope that he does be able to golf again. Maybe he doesn't need to golf competitively, but if he could never golf again, that would be a sad thing for the guy. You know?
Oh, for him and yeah, for his fans. Hopefully, I wish him a full recovery and
Yeah.
hopefully he can golf again.
I mean, just golf. Just go golf.
Yeah.
Fun. You know,
And maybe with his history of driving incidents, it's time he can probably afford a driver, don't you think?
yeah. I
Oh, he could do disc golf. I'll throw that out to him if he can't swing a club.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. I
I'll
hear
teach
it's
him to
growing.
chuck some plastic.
I hear it's growing. Question 2. Charged with conspiracy to distribute cocaine, methamphetamine, heroin, and marijuana, the U.S. Emma Cornell Esper is wife of which man?
Ooh.
I know this.
I don't
That's the
know.
wife of El Chapo. They're going after El Chapo.
Oh, okay. Wow, you knew that.
Yeah.
So,
So there you go. President Joe Biden ordered U.S. flags to be flown at half-staff at federal buildings for the week in remembrance of whom?
Rush Limbaugh. No, the 500,000 people that have died from the COVID-19.
That's right. Yeah. There was a lot of news when he talked about this and the shock and surprise of a president showing compassion. We're not
Yeah.
used to it. And
Nice. It's
and he-
nice.
he emotes even better than Obama. Don't you
Yeah.
think?
Oh, I think he does. Yeah. And I think in a crazy way, and maybe partly because of his age, I don't know, but he is eminently relatable, I think, to a wide swath of people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then the texter just wanted to remind us that hospitals just say COVID to make more money.
That's true. Good point.
Yeah.
Question 4. Virginia lawmakers voted Monday to make the state the first in the South to abolish which of the following? Do you know?
I'm going to need some tips here. The texter says slavery. I'm pretty sure that's already gone. What?
The death penalty. I knew it.
Oh, okay. Very good.
Yeah, first in the South, the death penalty, which your thoughts on the death penalty?
I'm not a fan, and I actually used to be. I was kind of an eye for an eye guy, I guess. But man, the more stories that come out about how DNA evidence is, I don't know, showing that people that have been proven guilty actually weren't of multiple crimes. I don't know, man.
You're a libtard. I completely agree with you.
Yeah.
I wouldn't get in a conversation with a pro death penalty person that the criminal didn't deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just thinking that's just a thing that you cannot take back.
Yeah. Too
You
many
know?
people have been exonerated. That was the word I was looking
Yes.
for, by new evidence, or they found out that there were unscrupulous cops or prosecutors. And yeah, that's a lot, man.
Yeah. And I also, and the idea of revenge makes sense to me, especially as a Sicilian. But I want the government to be bigger and better than me.
Yeah.
You know?
Shouldn't be too much to ask.
Yeah, that should, especially
It's not a high bar.
better than me. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very
Yeah.
much. Our last question. Democratic Senators Joe Manchin and Kristen Sinema have made it clear they are not voting for the $1.9 trillion COVID relief bill if what is included.
I don't know. Is that the minimum wage? I really don't know.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
it. The $15 minimum wage.
Yeah.
So here's what happened. Okay. To stop a filibuster in the Senate, you got to have 60 people saying yes.
Right.
So then they go around with a rule called, oh man, I'm not remembering it right now, but it's a budget. They make it a budget type bill.
Mm-hmm.
Is it reconciliation bill?
I think it is budget reconciliation.
So that's how they're going to structure this COVID-19 relief bill. So they can pass it with 51 votes. Okay. The
Mm-hmm.
House has included the $15 minimum wage in it. So then they go to the Senate and they have to make sure a function like that can fit in that type of bill. And they look to the rules, the Senate rules. Okay. You follow me?
Following.
The interpretation, or the person who looks at the rules, who makes the ruling, does it fit or not, is the parliamentarian.
Yes.
The Senate parliamentarian, do you know who that is?
I don't know.
Okay, do you vote for that person, or?
I don't know who. Yeah, I have no idea. I don't think I vote for that person. I think I vote for my senators.
Well, you voted for Biden. Biden appointed that person, right? There's a direct correlation between the citizens and this person who made such an important decision, right?
Right. Yes.
No, there isn't. There's not. I don't know where they came from, but the parliamentarian says, no, that doesn't fit in there. You can't do it. What they're really doing, and Chuck Schumer, the guy who's in charge of the Senate,
the
parliamentarian said it can't be in there.
Yeah, I'm about done with Chuck Schumer. Yeah.
Here's what they're doing. All they're doing is giving Manchin and Sinema a way out so they don't have to vote against it.
Mm-hmm.
Because the U.S. Senate has become a place where people are not accountable, where they don't vote.
Mm-hmm.
You know what, Manchin, Sinema? From what I've seen of Joe Manchin, he seems like a pretty principled person.
Yeah.
He is a Democrat in a very red state. He always wins. You know what? If he has the strong view of it, then let him vote it down. Let him vote no and move on. So I hope they bring it up. And Chuck Schumer's like, now what would Mitch McConnell do?
I don't know, because I'm
Donald Trump.
Well, Donald Trump would bully and coerce folks into voting his way no matter what.
Yes. No, they would fire the parliamentarian until they got one that, or they would just ignore him.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying we should do that, but on this, I do think that the majority should say, we're doing this.
Yeah.
And we're going to have a vote. And Josh Hawley, you idiot, if you want to vote no on the minimum wage, and you can be on record that you voted no.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's a value to have 50 senators say no to raising the minimum wage. So you can talk about it to the constituents.
Yeah.
But
although some people, like the texter says, if the $15 minimum wage happens, his hamburger at the best hamburger joint in the land, High Boy, will then cost him $50.
Yeah.
It's a lot. That's a lot for a hamburger, Paul.
But it is, if it's the best burger joint in the land, then what do you expect?
Well, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. So
maybe they could charge $60 and call it the Fill-A-Burger
Ooh,
because it takes $60 to get it. See?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Write that down. Somebody write that down. That's good.
So anyway, I'm advocating that the Democrats use their majority and try to get things done.
Yes.
You know what the minimum wage is now?
7 something.
$7.25. I mean, give me a freaking break.
Yeah.
And I don't know why anyone would give a hell why they would raise the minimum wage if you're a regular worker. If you don't have to pay any more for a worker, then what do you care?
Yeah.
There's no correlation between the prices will go up, but they probably will anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, and if you look at, I saw some interesting data on how much CEOs make. Like, I don't know, 40 years ago, they made 20 times what the normal worker made. And then in 2000, they made 50 times. And now they make 360 times. It's that top level. We're turning into an oligarchy. It is that top level of folks that get all the money. And somehow folks on the conservative side have been duped into believing that it's the little guy that's making $7.25 an hour that's the enemy.
Yeah, exactly. And let's say High Boy does have a burger that's $50
or $60, the Fill-A-Burger.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah. They're not going to make it in the market. There's not going to be a demand for that.
Right.
People are going to go over to Smashburger or someplace else.
Yeah.
But, Republicans and the crazy QAnon CPAC people, the market needs to drive this stuff, but then they want to protect the market.
Well, yeah. Or they want to protect those that manipulate the market.
Yes. To the detriment of themselves. And I just don't understand it. I've done politics for years. I've thought about it. I just don't get it.
Yeah, I don't understand either. I don't either. It's almost like, I'll go to the Trump thing. Oh, he's a successful businessman. I'll put that in quotes. He's a billionaire.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, if I'm behind him, like, some of that coolness is gonna rub off on me. Yeah. It's like the little tiny dog that would hop around the big bulldog in the Looney Tunes. Like, he wanted to hang out with the tough guy. So then some of the toughness would be attributed to him. And it's like, I want the success of a Donald Trump or whoever to reflect on me.
Yeah. I don't get it. It's it's like a sports team.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Oh, now I'm a Tampa fan because they won.
Right.
That doesn't improve your life or improve anything about how your kids are going to deal with their lives in the future. But here's a question. Why do folks believe that a baby was born from a virgin?
I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway, are we due for a break or something?
I think we are.
Okay.
That was a news quiz. I just wanted to go off on come on, Democrats, do it. Do it and do it right.
Doing it and doing it and doing it well.
Okay, let's take a break. We'll be back with more Past Week, Next Week with Chris and Paul. Yay.
Looking at the past 7 days so you don't have to. You could join in on the experiment by calling or texting us at 913-735-0060.
We've been told that perfect mornings exist for the lucky few. That morning people own the waking hours. But the truth is, mornings belong to all of us. Your mornings are what you make of them. All it takes is saying yes. Starbucks Morning Yes.
Look for Starbucks coffee in a grocery store near you, then sit back and enjoy the exceptional taste of Starbucks at home.
Hi, Tom Gully from The Tom Gully Show here. Listen to the show every weekday at 5 p.m. right here on KCTK Radio, personality-driven radio.
$1-877 cards for kids. KARS cards for kids. 1-877 cards for kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 cars for kids. KARS cars for kids. 1-877 cars for kids. Donate your car today.
Also on the web at carsforkids.com. That's cars with a K. We're a recognized 501c3 charity organization, so you'll receive a maximum tax deduction. What's more, you'll receive a free vacation voucher of 3 days and 2 nights.
1-877 cars for kids. KARS cars for kids. 1-877 cars for kids. Donate your car today.
This is Tracy from Tracy's Tips and Dips. Listen to the show every weekday at 11:30 a.m. and our live show Wednesday evening at 7 p.m. right here on KC2K Radio, personality-driven radio.
Hey folks, here's your buddy Paul. Tell you about Ranger Rob's pet food bags. I don't know if Chris is back or not, but I sure have a question for him.
I'm here.
He is now a very, very successful and competitive Frisbee golf player. I call it froth because that's what you call it.
It's disc golf, but yes, go on.
Have you ever seen any animals out there?
I have. A lot of people bring their dogs onto the course.
Because dogs are great. Some of them you can teach to catch the Frisbee and have a lot of fun with that. Not the ones you use in the competition.
Yeah, not your competitive discs.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, what happens if a dog dumps and they don't pick it up?
Well, then, and this happened to me yesterday. I saw a dog poo, and I'm like, why wouldn't you pick it up? You know, people are out here walking around, and it's like, I get it. Your dog's your buddy. You want it with you, but it's part of your responsibility to everybody else.
And to give the guy a break, he should have done it no matter what. But you know why he probably didn't do it?
Because he probably didn't have the right tool with him to pick it up.
I had a napkin, a piece of paper, or even a little cellophane. This is why, if you want to be a good person and a championship Frisbee golf player, you get Ranger Rob's pet poopy bags, cost-effective, eco-friendly pet poopy bags with easy-to-manage handles. Extra wide, that's important. 7 inches by 13.5 inches.
Wow.
That's pretty wide. Bag for all pets, large and small. You can get them at www.rangerrobshop.com. And I got this one on Amazon even, $8.95. It's a 1-month supply.
That's a great deal.
So, I mean, we all aspire to be a Frisbee golf champion.
Sure.
Do your part. Be a champion when it comes to dog feces.
Yeah.
You're going to say something.
No, you know what's interesting? So yesterday, this is not a joke. I got upset when I saw the dog poo there. Now, I saw deer scat also. I didn't get upset about that.
Right.
Like, I don't expect somebody to go and pick up after the deer. But I think it's only right.
But if you're dedicated to the sport, you pick this up and you can use Ranger Rob. Have
I could carry those with me and pick up the deer scat.
Yeah, that's great. So do that. Again, www.rangerrobshop.com. Tell them Gilly sent you.
Oh.
And welcome back. Welcome back, everybody. Looks like the texter has a State of Missouri Cup. Let's see. Oh, Croatia.
Oh, I've got the Bill Gaither Trio Cup.
I think his brother was born in Croatia or something like that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Speaking of the texter, he has a brother who's a friend of mine. He told me to watch this movie called I Care a Lot.
Okay, I've heard it's good.
These are the most despicable human beings you've ever seen. They make all the people on the Sopranos look good, and even Shameless.
Wow.
So check it
Really?
out if you really want. I wanted them all to die early in the film, but they didn't.
Did you enjoy the movie? Did you walk away? Oh, wow.
I
Okay.
hated the people so much that I couldn't even.
Gotcha.
Couldn't even
Okay.
do
Good
that.
to know.
Okay, so that's part of our pop culture. I just reviewed a movie. It's on Netflix. You can watch it.
Yeah.
Here's my review. Here's my review. You can watch it. He saw it too, and the texter, and he loved it. He loved it so very much. Here's some more news from Showbiz News.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Hey, Paul and everybody listening, Frasier is being rebooted with Kelsey Grammer reprising the role after 17 years. Frasier Crane is still listening. The hit 90s sitcom Frasier is set to return to screens with Kelsey Grammer reprising his role as a radio psychiatrist, Frasier Crane in the reboot. Viacom CBS confirmed Wednesday.
I'm gonna watch this because I love Eddie the dog. He'll
Uh-huh.
still be there, right?
Sure, I bet Frasier's dad will still be there.
Yeah, that's how I like too. Frasier's dad will still be there as well, right?
Here's my thing. Why the reprising? I don't know. Do something new. Just in movies and television, the revisiting is starting to bug me.
Well, we are talking about show business news. Don't forget the business of show.
Oh.
And they just know that old sap like me will turn that on.
Do you
know?
think, here's what I want to know. Is it going to have the same theme music?
It would
It was
have to,
very
right?
iconic.
Tossed salad and scrambled eggs or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it would have to have the same thing. So they're doing this. They don't want new ideas. Like I read a pilot, and I know the texter did about some crazy characters who work in government. That would be a show they should do.
Right.
But now I don't know if they'll do that because they're rebooting everything.
Have you heard, is David Ogden Stiers going to be in this one again too?
He was in MASH. I think.
Sorry. David Hyde Pierce.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what to figure that one out.
Yeah. I really enjoyed him on there. So I don't know. Interesting.
Speaking of reboots, the third Spider-Man film finally has a title. Until Wednesday, rumors about the title of the third Spider-Man film have been Web of Lies. But the truth has been revealed. Tom Holland will swing into theaters in December in Spider-Man No Way Home. Sony and Marvel have confirmed. Did you hear the little hijinks that Sedalia, is that her name? The actress that's in Spider-Man?
Zendaya?
Yeah. Her and Tom Holland did.
No.
They put out on Tuesday on their social media fake names for it. Tom Holland said it was called Spider-Man Phone Home.
Honestly, I kind of like in the story when they say what is it here? About the time Spider-Man film have been a web of lies. I think Spider-Man Web of Lies would be a great
name
for a movie.
Okay, let's do that. Starring Josh Hawley, according to the text.
Well, how about something a bit more sobering?
Okay.
DWI charges dropped against Bruce Springsteen. Pleads guilty to just drinking in the park. Bruce Springsteen pleaded guilty to charges he imbibed alcohol at New Jersey's Sandy Hook National Recreation Area, despite knowing it was prohibited. The plea came after federal prosecutors agreed to drop charges that Springsteen was operating a vehicle under the influence and driving recklessly. Charges Assistant U.S. Attorney Adam Baker said the government would not be able to prove.
Do you know anything about this story?
I don't. It's really been cloaked. Like there's been nothing specific come out.
Why is the U.S. attorney involved in this?
I don't
know. It was on federal land, I guess.
Yeah, was
that
it a
why?
federal park? I don't know.
I have a very unpopular opinion that I want to share that I just probably shouldn't.
Why?
Just leave the guy alone. Tell him to sober up and get someone a cup of coffee and have him someone drive him home.
Would you grow up in the 80s?
I mean, when he had his breathalyzer, it was very low anyway.
Yeah.
They've made it so low. I mean, it's Bruce Springsteen. This isn't someone who habitually is driving around drunk in danger. I mean, the penalty for him is us talking about it now. I don't know. Bruce Springsteen, he's a national treasure. He certainly is a treasure to New Jersey.
Oh, for sure. Isn't he doing a podcast with Obama?
See,
I think he is.
anybody that does a podcast should be able to drink as much as they want and drive anywhere they want.
And let me just say this
Joking.
about drinking in the park. If you
Yeah.
go to a disc golf course, I know I keep
Uh-huh.
bringing it up.
Yeah.
You will find every trash can they have is filled with beer cans.
Huh.
And
no,
I've
no wine, no vodka. They only drink beer.
mostly beer, maybe some seltzers, hard seltzers. But is it illegal? I don't know. I guess
Yes,
it
there.
is.
Yes,
Beer's
there.
more portable. Texter's right.
Good
You don't
point.
have to carry a bar and a shaker and all
Right.
that.
Right. Olives. This is heartwarming.
Hang on, guys. I'll throw in just a moment.
Here's a heartwarming story. Mandy Moore welcomes baby boy with husband Taylor Goldsmith. Mandy Moore has
Oh,
welcomed her first child. The This Is Us actress took to Instagram on Tuesday to announce that she and her husband, Taylor Goldsmith, lead singer of the folk rock band Dawes, are now parents to a baby boy. That's sweet.
that is sweet. Although, have you ever heard of Dawes or Taylor Goldsmith?
No,
I haven't either. I guess I need to brush up on my folk rock.
he's the guy that's doing it with Mandy Moore.
Wow. Well, as far as we know.
Mhm.
Well, how about this? Speaking of something that everybody's going to be familiar with,
Yeah.
coming to the number 2, America, turned Rick Ross's Georgia mansion into a Zamunda Palace. When audiences see Eddie Murphy,
Can I stop you there? Does that sound racist just right there? But go
I
ahead.
guess it does a little bit.
Okay, but explain.
Yes. When audiences see Eddie Murphy's Prince Akeem, prince of the fictional African nation of Zamunda, living in his enormous palace, they'll probably not realize it's actually an Atlanta, Georgia home that belongs to rapper Rick Ross.
What's your
Would it
favorite
be-
Rick Ross music song?
I have no idea. I don't know.
Okay, I've never heard his music before.
Yeah.
Do you ever think he uses boss to rhyme with anything else?
I wonder. Yeah.
I think he does.
When I first just looked at this, I was assuming in my head, I read Rick Ross, but I was thinking Rick James. And,
Oh, that'd been
here's-
cooler.
so here's another reboot, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I will watch this because I love the movie so much. But seriously, what is this? 30 plus years later?
Yeah. We have a
And
great- Go ahead.
I have trouble believing that all the old men in the barber shop are still alive.
Yeah,
There. I
which
said
is
it.
awesome though. Okay, here's a great question from the texter. Would you guys consider changing the format of your show to one similar to Jerry Springer?
Oh,
All the time. It's all I consider. We consider that all the time.
yeah. We just need a Steve, you know?
Do we have every other day? Would you say we have a discussion about that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And finally,
Finally.
Axl Rose hangs with Scooby Doo gang in an animated cameo.
Hmm.
Breathe. Okay. The Guns N' Roses frontman appears as himself in the latest episode of Scooby Doo and Guess Who? Okay. When he meets Fred, Scooby, Velma, Daphne, and Shaggy while they're taking a trip down Route 66. When a group of bad guys steal the Mystery Machine, the gang ends up stranded in the desert.
Oh, man.
Okay. Real talk. Have you ever met anyone who likes Scooby Doo?
I kind of liked it.
You did?
Yeah. Back in the day. Yeah.
Okay. So the new thing of Scooby Doo is evidently not for children, right?
I don't know. Why? Because Axl Rose is in it?
Because Axl Rose, a guy that was famous 25 years ago, is a guest person.
It's probably the nostalgia crowd. Again, the reboot crowd. Yeah. You're probably right.
Maybe I should go off on this sometime, but it's something that troubled me this week. There's a new Superman TV show.
Okay.
It's called Superman and Lois. I don't know if anyone knows this, but I'm a Superman fan. There are a few things in there that are not too like the Superman that I grew up with.
Oh, okay.
He has two twin sons in this one.
Are they super boys?
One has super and one doesn't.
Oh God, it's like Tabitha and Adam from Bewitched.
Exactly like them. Exactly.
Yes.
And I felt myself getting upset by it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I thought, oh my God, this is what's wrong with our country. A whole bunch of people who are Gen Xers, by the way, who are children.
Yeah.
Or they want to watch their childhood thing. I want to watch Superman the way I want to watch Superman. I noticed this in myself. And if you look around, I mean, the number one streaming TV show is a Marvel superhero. Now they're doing Scooby-Doo with Axl Rose.
Mm-hmm.
That's not for a kid. That's for people my age or older.
Yeah.
What is wrong with this, Chris? Can you imagine, first of all, your dad playing radio every Sunday morning? Number one. Number two.
I cannot imagine my dad doing a pretend radio station. No.
Okay. All right. And then imagine him watching a cartoon from his youth being rebooted.
No, I cannot imagine him going, God damn it. Now Felix the cat doesn't have a bag. What gives?
Right.
Yes.
Now my dad would watch Zorro when it came out because he watched Zorro as a kid.
Yeah.
It was a movie. But he didn't sit there and bitch about it. And well, his cape's not the same way it was. And blah, 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 blah.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just saying we're all
maybe we are just big kids.
We're all children. Maybe I should think about this because there may be some good things about that.
Maybe.
But there's some bad things about it too.
Oh, before we leave showbiz, did you watch SNL last night?
Yes.
How about the Viking Voyager skit?
That was pretty cool, wasn't it?
It was not funny at all, but it was cool. Like they, when they're at commercial break, they come and show them getting set up for the next set piece. Then they go to another commercial. I saw it say Viking Voyager, and I'm like, well, that's weird. I wonder if they have Viking Voyagers at like amusement parks all over the country. Mm-hmm. And then they show an establishing shot of Oceans of Fun and Worlds of Fun. And then they go to them in line, and then they're talking about the Zulu and the Mamba. And all I want to say,
the Zulu, I'm like, the Zulu's gone.
Yes, is thank you, Heidi Gardner, for representing Kansas City on SNL. That's fantastic.
Did you ever worry about the Viking Voyager, who you're going to sit next to?
Oh, if I had ever gone to Worlds of Fun with girls, I would have been very worried about it. Yes.
My brother used to always bring girls, him and his friend Jeff Passantino. Of course, I went along with them. So I would have been happy to have the guy from
Soul. Would you have been mad if they kept calling you Cuck?
Probably.
Okay. Probably. Yes. Anyway, the skit wasn't necessarily hilarious, but I loved how it represented KC.
Now, see, I knew it was coming because we watched it this morning, and my wife saw on Facebook or something that there was a skit on it. So I wasn't quite as surprised. I kind of wish I would have had that surprise.
Yeah, it was cool. I'm just sitting there on the couch enjoying some tap water and watching SNL, and it was lovely. Okay,
the texter says, "What about Ted Lasso? One of the greatest shows ever." Surprise is overrated, and there you go. So that is our showbiz news. You're all up to date.
Oh,
by the way, one other thing to tell you is that Lady Gaga got her dogs back.
Yes. I want to know more about that at some point. They were returned, but they still don't know who took them. That's weird to me.
Speaking of being children and being focused on things we shouldn't be, I found kind of a TV trivia. And let's go through TV trivia here, because I think Chris Whiting knows all these.
We'll see.
And I don't have the answers in front of me, but it'd be fun just to talk about a show, ask a question, and then maybe talk a little bit about our memories of the show.
Hey, the texter just asked before we jump into this, Chris, do you remember going to a KU basketball game with me? I believe I do, and I think they were playing Oklahoma, and Kelvin Sampson was the coach of Oklahoma. And I remember all of Allen Fieldhouse just vibrating and shaking. It was a fun experience.
That's someplace I've never been, is Allen Fieldhouse. I'd like to go there someday.
And then he asked if I remember making out after. That seems to have slipped my mind. but I'm sure it was fun.
Stop bragging. Okay, so just TV trivia, a little light stuff. I think last week we tried to parody the conservative alt-right.
Yeah.
And, that was a disaster. So let's just do something light and nice.
Very good.
Okay, our first question, Chris. And I'm reading the question. I don't have the answers in front of me, but my guess is that Chris Whiting's going to know most of these. So I'm going to give you the first chance, okay?
Okay.
All right. Bill Murray appeared as the first guest of what late night talk show in 1982?
First guest on what late night talk show in 1982? Okay, 82. I would have been what, 14? Damn, dude, you think I'm going to know them all? This one, I'm struggling right out of the gate.
It's a late night with David Letterman.
Oh, wow.
And the reason I knew this was because he was also the first guest when he moved over to CBS.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. That was such a people don't understand what a revolutionary show late night with David Letterman was. Changed comedy. And now everyone does that kind of ridiculous type of shtick all the time.
Yeah.
You know, but I don't think people get how revolutionary it was.
Yeah. And I don't know if a lot of people know that Bill Murray's brother, of a lot of fame himself, Brian Doyle Murray, lives here in Kansas City.
I never knew that.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
You know who told me that? Elliot Threet.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I hope he's doing well. I haven't talked to him in a while.
Yeah.
Question from the texter. Paul, do you remember when we all piled in a convertible for campaigning for you running for Democratic committeeman? Yes. And I won that race and I thought, oh, cool. I'm going to win every race I run.
I'm a winner.
I'm a winner. I was 18 years old and I changed the Democratic Party from the majority here in Missouri to a super minority.
You
Thank
did
you.
make a difference.
I sure did. Okay. Question number 2. What actor plays Marty Bird in Ozark, the dramatic series?
Well, yeah, this one I know. It's Teen Wolf 2's Jason Bateman.
Yes. And Jason, we know, is the same character as always. You need me? Okay. All right. Someone just came in the studio. It's a good time. He plays the same. He's basically the same guy all the time.
All the time. Yeah.
But he's great in that show. Okay. Princeton Playsboro Teaching Hospital is the set of which successful medical drama?
Read it again. The title, Princeton
Plainsboro Teaching Hospital.
I want to say, I don't know this one. I would guess Grey's Anatomy, but I don't know.
No, I know it's not Grey's Anatomy because that's called Grey's Hospital.
Oh, I thought it was because it was Muriel Gray. Okay. I've never watched Grey's Anatomy.
Oh, it was. It's because of both.
Would
of
it be St. Elsa?
That's what I think it is too.
Oh.
Let's see. No, House. I never saw.
Oh, I never watched House.
I never watched House. Okay. What's the name of Michael? This is Michael Fox's character in Family Ties. Shouldn't say Michael J. Fox.
It should, and it's Alex P. Keaton.
Oh, guess what? You're
What?
wrong. Because it just says Alex Keaton. No, you got it right. Good job. Okay, the Connor family of the television show Roseanne lives in what state?
Illinois.
Yep, you're right.
Yeah,
What science fiction series? Now, do you watch the new Connor family?
I do.
What do you think of it?
I don't like it, but I watch it.
Yeah.
And again, it's another reboot, okay? And so I guess I do understand. It's just comforting to me.
Uh-huh.
It's just old school sitcom. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just not the same. There's great actors. They clearly have good writers.
Yeah.
But Roseanne really was revolutionary again. I keep using that word, but she really changed it, and she
was, and I miss having her on there. And what's weird is Jackie's probably my favorite character on there.
Yeah.
I used to not like Becky at all, and I think she is one of the highlights of the new series.
Who plays? What's the name of the actress plays Jackie? She's an amazing actress.
She is Laurie Metcalf.
Laurie Metcalf, yeah.
Yeah, and Texter says, I like to watch TV I hate. I get that, man. Small Wonder was one of my favorite hate shows ever.
Oh, that reminds me, Chris. I had something for you. Oh, here it is.
Yeah.
And I meant to play this to start because I found this on Twitter, which was song or shows that people forgot about.
Oh.
And this was Chris's favorite song. Let's derail here a little bit.
Caillou. Oh, God.
Oh, boy. It's taking a little bit of time here. Let's do
Oh, man. Well, the anticipation's killing me.
Well, it shouldn't. Okay, here we go. Oh, no. If it's dead air.
She's a small wonder, lovely and bright and soft.
Ted Lawson.
She's a small wonder, a child unlike other girls. She's a miracle,
Joan Lawson.
and I grant you, she'll enchant you at first sight. She's a small wonder.
Jamie Lawson.
And she'll make your heart take flight.
Vicky the Robot.
She's fantastic, made of plastic. Microchips here and there.
Harriet.
She's a small.
I know this is an old show, but God, this music sounds way older. This sounds like a Father Knows Best intro song.
Small Wonder is one of your favorite shows. That and M&R.
Here's what bugged me. She obviously the robot was played by a real little girl. So it was, they had the technology to make her look like a real human, but she still talked like this. Yet no one outside the family put together that she was a robot.
Don't you think that little girl should have won like an Oscar or something for her great robot? She didn't ever got a character.
Probably an Emmy. She did stay in character.
No. I know it was a TV show, but she deserved an Oscar.
Yeah. I don't know. I wonder what she's up to these days.
Who cares? Some people thought it was a real robot. She's up to drugs. Hey, who played the Penguin in the original Batman TV series?
Oh, Meredith Burgess, I believe.
That's correct. Very good. Meredith Burgess was a really considered a very important and talented actor. Then he played the Penguin. Then he came back and played Mickey.
Yeah. Doesn't it seem like he was an actor that was 80 years old for the entire 60 years of his career?
Yeah.
Yeah. Really
That's
weird.
Awesome. What TV show led to the spinoff Mork and Mindy?
Happy Days, I think.
Yeah.
I think that was a Happy Day.
Which I don't want to get technical with you, Gary Marshall, since you've passed, but all they did is have one episode where, because it's the same producer, have Mork visit Richie and had nothing to do with anything else.
Yeah.
So calling it a spinoff, I would disagree.
Okay.
Spinoff is natural. You know, like Rhoda is Mary's friend, and then she has her own adventures, that type of thing.
Yeah. And then Phyllis is also Mary's friend, and she has her own adventures in her own show.
And Maude is Archie Bunker's cousin or something?
Yes. I watched an episode of that the other day. It was cracking me up.
Yeah. She told you a thing or two, didn't she?
Well, she thought Henry Fonda was going to run for president, but turns out she was suffering from bipolar, which probably at the time was something that was very scandalous to put in a TV show. Also, Adrienne Barbeau was in it, and I had the biggest crush on her.
Yeah, because you like chicks. Who began hosting the Tonight Show in 1962?
In 62, oh God. That's not when Johnny started, was it?
Johnny Carson, that's right.
Okay. So Jack Parr was before that.
Yeah, Jack Parr like did it for a year and then quit, walked off the stage or something. There's people like Jack Parr that I look and go, how the hell did he ever? You know who else I don't understand is I think he was a columnist or something, but how did Ed Sullivan ever become famous? He's ugly. He's got no shtick.
Yeah. I don't know,
And
man.
he has the most popular show of just some old guy up there. Okay. So
There's
there you go.
probably a reason for Buck Henry, but I always felt that way about him too. Like,
No, Buck Henry wrote Get Smart. He
he
wrote
did
he wrote The Graduate.
with Dustin Hoffman. Oh,
Yeah.
take it back. I take it back.
So he did a lot. He did a lot of other stuff but he would always show up on Saturday Night Live, and they're like Buck Henry. And you're like, hey,
Like, who's Buck? I don't
am I supposed to know who that is? Put Steve Martin back on.
Yeah.
How many more of these you want to do?
I don't know. One.
Which Beatle narrated the first 2 seasons of Thomas the Tank Engine?
I'm gonna guess it wasn't Lennon. I'm gonna go with Ringo Starr.
The greatest. They call him the greatest, and he is. And then you know who took over for him?
I don't.
George Carlin.
Oh.
So this is a lot of fun. Okay, how about this one? I know the answer to this one. Who is the youngest person ever to host Saturday Night Live?
You know this one. Let me think for a second before you answer. Youngest person ever. I'm going to go with Jerry Mathers.
Jerry Mathers. Let's see if that's correct or not. Now, the correct answer, Drew Barrymore. Drew Barrymore.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
She was in the news this week because she had an interview with Howard Stern, which I listened to, and she was talking about how her mom sent her to the crazy house.
Uh-huh.
And it was kind of relating to some of the experiences that Britney Spears is going through, and she had a lot of insight there. Then, and folks, I know you're like, maybe I should just listen to Howard Stern since Paul's talking about it, but you only listen to this program. Then she starts talking about she has a hard time meeting guys, and guys wanting to go out with her.
Sure. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's Drew Barrymore. Would you go out with Drew Barrymore?
I'm married, so I'm unavailable. But if I weren't married, yeah, I think it would be fun to get to know her.
Yeah. I'm married. Yes, I would go out with her. Okay.
I'd take her out for a filiburger. You
I would
bet.
tell my wife I'm going out with Drew Barrymore. She would say, no, you're not. There's no possible way that would ever happen. Then pat me on the back and probably give me some cash to go make it a good date because it's Drew Barrymore.
Yeah, but if you piss her off, she can start fires with her mind. Remember that.
Good point, Chris. So that's some really, that was a lot of fun. That was our trivia. And Chris, you did pretty good.
Hey, thanks. You did great.
Yeah. Just imagine if we used our power for good.
Yeah. Imagine if we used our abilities for something productive.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's fun to play radio.
And the texter got all of them correct because he's good that way.
Yeah.
All right.
Texter and his brother know a lot about TV.
I wonder if what kind of childhood they had.
I can only guess it was something similar to what we have because they know a lot about TV. So I'm guessing TV was their best friend like it was mine.
All right. Let's take a break. We'll be
All
back with more Past Week next week with Chris and Paul. Yay. I said, yay. Did you not hear me? Yay.
Join in on the experiment by calling or texting us at 913-735-0060. We dare you.
Nothing refreshes like A&W root beer. So good, just right. Let's have some tonight. A&W root beer.
This
this is Drew from KCTK Radio's Week Review with Paul and Drew. Listen to the show every weekday at 3:30 p.m. and live show Thursday evenings at 7 p.m. right here on KCTK Radio, personality-driven radio.
Guys, want to get your wife or girlfriend a gift that will change her life? Ladies, how would you like to have great eyebrows, luscious lips, an eyeliner that stays put, and makeup that doesn't go anywhere? How would you like to go all day looking like your makeup was just applied? If you said yes to any of those things, then the answer is permanent makeup. This simple and easy procedure is quick, painless, and the results are outstanding. No more reapplying and no more smudging of your makeup. And in our area, Natural Image Salon in Lee Summit is the only place to perform your permanent cosmetic procedure. The professionals at Natural Image Salon in Lee Summit are your answer to waking up every morning with perfect makeup and the great feeling of knowing whether you're swimming, working out, or just waking up, you will always look beautiful. Call Natural Image Permanent Cosmetic Salon at 816-525-9971, 816-525-9971 for a free consultation. Gift certificates are also available. Tell them you heard this ad and get $25 off any procedure. Natural Image, your investment in a beautiful you.
Yo, this is Hartzell from the KC Morning Show. Listen every weekday, 9 a.m., right here on KCTK Radio, personality-driven radio.
Everything's running smoothly.
Welcome back to Past Week, Next Week with Chris and Paul. We got you updated with last week. We even gave you some trivia, TV trivia. We even talked about Small Wonder, Chris Whiting's favorite program.
Yay.
But we got to get you ready for next week as well. And the way we do that is through headlines and predictions. This is where we take a news story and we try to add a dumb joke at the end. So here is your action correspondent, Chris Whiting.
Hey, thanks, Paul. Just going to say I struggled a little bit this week. And I also wrote this after 5 beers. So let's keep our expectations lower than normal. President Biden ordered airstrikes against facilities in eastern Syria used by Iranian-backed militant groups, the Pentagon said. This is the Biden administration's first military action and was thusly dubbed Operation Cherry Popper. Paul?
Thanks, Chris. The Senate parliamentarian ruled the Democrats could not include 15-hour per hour minimum wage in their $1.9 trillion coronavirus relief package. Parliamentarian Elizabeth McDonnell determined that the policy did not meet the standard for it to be included under budget reconciliation, which allows the Senate to pass budget-related bills with a simple majority. The parliamentarian also objected to chewing gum, passing notes, and loud whispering in the Senate chambers. Chris?
Thanks, Paul. The House voted to pass the Equality Act, an LGBTQ rights bill that prohibits discrimination on the basis of gender identity or sexual orientation. The bill passed on a 224 to 206 vote, with 3 Republican lawmakers joining all Democrats in supporting its passage. The Equality Act is essentially an amendment to the 1964 Civil Rights Act and is intended to expand protections against discrimination in housing, employment, and various public spaces. Several Republican representatives were unable to vote on the measure as they were so sick they needed antibiotics and had to take a C-pack. Paul?
Thanks, Chris.
It's not a Z-pack, it's a C-pack because they went to the convention. They said they were sick, but they went, okay.
That's hilarious. President Biden spoke with Saudi Arabia's King Salman, their first phone call since Biden's inauguration. The conversation took place before the expected release of the U.S. intelligence report on the killing of Saudi journalist and dissident Jamal Khashoggi. It was a good conversation with an awkward ending. You hang up. No, you hang up. No, you hang up first. No, you hang up first. Chris?
Hey, thanks, Paul. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell will absolutely support the 2024 Republican nominee for president, even if it is former President Donald Trump, someone he previously said was practically and morally responsible for provoking an attack on the Capitol during a Fox News interview. Turns out Mitch may actually just be an opportunistic hypocrite. Paul?
And finally,
Not even a joke.
Prince Harry has said he stepped back from the royal family last year because the British press was destroying his mental health. He shared this information in a rare one-on-one interview, which he discussed the pressures of royal life and his move away from London. Harry also complained about airplane food, what's up with traffic, and those bitches be tripping.
Oh.
Can I give you an alternative about the parliamentarian?
Yeah.
There's going to be something like, which allows the Senate to pass budget-related bills with the simple majority. And then there's going to be something like, oh, my word, the parliamentarian. What does the parliamentarian have to say? Heavens, what does the parliamentarian have to add? But I think the text was the only one I'd be referring to.
I think you're right. Yeah, but still.
You don't. You know what I'm referring to?
I don't. Is it a Seinfeld thing?
Yes, the doorman. Oh, by heavens, what does the doorman have to say? The doorman. Anyway, it would have been bad.
Well, since the texture's the only one that listens to the show, you could have gone with it.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Chris, what do you got going on next week? Just tell everybody.
Says, I'm so excited for the song choice to be used at the end of the show.
Okay.
He just wants this show over. So this week, kind of a big Sunday. So yesterday, as I mentioned, we, moved my stepdaughter. So we didn't get our grocery shopping or our Costco run done. So today is going to be groceries and Costco. And then of course the Golden Globes tonight. And then big week at work. I've got to deliver all of my team's performance evaluations. So that's always kind of fun to give people feedback and tell them how much money they're going to make the next year and all that stuff.
Now, are any of these people who you're doing a review on the ones that gave feedback on you?
Yes, correct.
So are those adjustments being made?
No, it's all good. So that's really, that's it. Just work. And every week we do this at the end of the show and I'm like, I need to get another hobby or something. I don't know. So.
Well, I know you how many hours, 16, 17 hours on this?
On this show in prep?
Yeah.
Yeah. About 20.
About 20. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. We got a big week. I got a big week. We got podcasts every night. We got the Health Detective coming up. We got Generations Unite on Tuesday night. Of course, you got Tracy's Tips and the Dips coming up on Wednesday. And the week review, which we didn't get to do last week because I was getting a vaccine. So stay tuned to KCTK Radio for some more entertainment.
Okay. I'll do it.
Whole bunch of fun. Other than that, I got nothing on my calendar. Nothing.
Yeah, dude.
Absolutely nothing.
It's fun times.
Exciting. That's pretty exciting. And since I had this lull last week, I've chosen a song to help me get going on it. Chris, if you want to kind of get going on closing the show, unless you have anything.
Yeah. Why don't we go ahead and do that? Let me pull up my script here. I'm going to hold my coffee mug and read it.
Okay.
Thanks for listening to Past Week, Next Week with Chris and Paul. Everybody, we so appreciate you. Since you love the program, please rate and review the podcast on your favorite podcast distributor. We'd love to hear from you, and you can contact us at 913-735-0060 or at pastweeknextweek@gmail.com. Also, join the Past Week Next Week Facebook page, and make sure you listen to all the great programs on KCTK Radio, Delmarva Talk Radio, and Good Talk Radio. Plus, support our sponsor by picking up some Ranger Rob pet poopy bags. On behalf of Paul, I'm Chris saying goodbye.
And on behalf of Chris, I want you to have a good week, and I want you to
listen to live programs at kctkradio.com. Yes, and that is on the World Wide Web. Thank you.